Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the graduation ceremony to recognize the class of 2022. Before we start today's celebration, please take a moment to check your nearest fire exit in an unlikely event of evacuation. In the case of emergency, please follow any directions you receive from the UNIS team. Thank you.
We are proud to be your MCs for today's celebrations, and we hope that you will enjoy a wonderful mix of tradition, gravitas, and joyfulness on this formal occasion. My name is Doi Kim.
And I am Kim Duan. Whether you are joining us here in Hanoi or on live stream from Honduras, Honolulu, or Hungary, we are delighted to welcome you to this very special occasion. And now, to start today's ceremony, let's take a few moments to recognize every single unique individual that makes up this year's wonderful graduating class. Please stand to welcome the class of 2022. Please remain standing for the Vietnamese national anthem, Tiến Quân Ca, sung for us today by Mayan Nguyen, Molly Bullard, and accompanied by Benjamin Price Thomas.
Đường con Việt Nam đi trong lòng kiêu quốc, bước chân dồn bám trên những gập ghềnh xa. Cờ in máu chiến thắng mang hồng nước, sông ngoài xa trên khúc quân hành ca. Đường đi quốc gia sống hùng hồn, tháng gian lao cùng nhau lập chiến khu. Vì nhân dân chiến đấu không ngừng, tiến mau ra xa trường, tiến lên, cùng tiến lên, nước non Việt Nam ta vững bền.
Thank you, Mayan, Molly, and Benjamin. Grade 12s, please remain standing. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. And now Dr. Lepard will lead us in a UNIS tradition to recognize our longest standing students, literally.
I am delighted to start today's celebrations by recognizing the outstanding cohort before us. As we will hear, the class of 2022 represents well our UNIS values of integrity, courage, diversity, responsibility, curiosity, and community. Today we are here as one group, a community. And like many international schools, some of you have spent more of your academic career here at UNIS than others. So let us now roll back time and see how the class of 2022 has grown over the years in reverse order. 2 of you joined UNIS in grade 12. You 2 may be seated. 6 of you joined us in grade 11. You 2 may be seated. If you joined us in grade 10, you may sit. Those of you who have been here for all of high school, but not before, may be seated. If you joined us in grade 7 or 8, you too may be seated. If you were here for all of middle school, but not before, you too may be seated. If you joined UNIS in upper elementary, grades 4 or 5, you can now take a seat. If you have been with us since grade 1, wow, you may be seated. If you've been with us since kindergarten, you too may be seated. 2 of you have been with us since discovery. You are longest standing servants and students, and you have been with us for your entire academic career. I would also like to invite the parents of Lum and Quang An to stand to recognize their 15 years at UNIS Hanoi. And those families are being presented with flowers. Congratulations. And you 2 gentlemen may now also be seated. The class of 2022.
Thank you, Dr. Lepard, for helping us recognize every dedicated member that makes up our school community. We are honored to be speaking on behalf of all students today and would like to take this opportunity to extend our own thank yous to the graduates.
You have been great role models, generous helpers, and kindest friends. We have all looked up to and learned from you, whether you be in the classroom, on the stage performing, or on the court. You will sorely be missed and greatly be remembered. We are proud to follow in your footsteps. And now, please welcome to the podium our head of school, Miss Jane McGee.
Thank you. Members of the Board of Directors, Mr. Remy Nono Wamden, parents, faculty, and staff, and most importantly, the class of 2022. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you here today and join you in celebrating the achievements of these young people in front of us. These students represent 22 different nationalities, speak 16 languages, and have attended UNIS Hanoi, as you've just heard, from anywhere between 1 year and 15 years. And next year, by either pursuing post-secondary education, taking a gap year, joining the workforce, or returning home to military service, they'll move to countries around the world. These are our differences. But today is about the class of 2022 collectively. Today, all 82 of you will receive your high school diploma. A diploma which tells the world that you have met the academic requirements of UNIS Hanoi and have the knowledge, skills, and understanding necessary to transition successfully to a post-secondary education environment. That is a message that you carry forward as the class of 2022 in much the same way as the classes that have come before you. But what truly defines a UNIS Hanoi graduate, or more specifically, this group of students in front of me today? Over the past few days, as I have read the stories of some of our graduates on Facebook, I thought that you were uniquely you, but simultaneously uniquely UNIS. The stories of the class of 2022 are inspiring and showcase individuality, open-mindedness, the courage to take risks, and an awareness of your own personal responsibility to engage in meaningful ways to give back. Our students speak about gratitude and a deep appreciation of the experiences they have had here as students at UNIS Hanoi, the ways in which they have been supported by others, and the ways in which they've been allowed to pursue their passions and interests, turning dreams into a reality. And finally, they spoke about a commitment to changing the world. I heard similar stories from our IB Art, visual art students a few weeks ago when they spoke at their exhibition. And I know that I would hear echoes of these messages from each and every graduate. Your story exemplifies our values of curiosity, community, integrity, courage, diversity, and responsibility. You have ensured that we are not only proud of the achievements of each individual student, but also proud to be part of a community that delivers on our promise to our students in living our mission and values. I am proud of your stories, just as I am proud of the stories I hear each and every day on our campus. But there is more to the story of the class of 2022. As you all know from your English class, each story has a setting, anchoring you in time and place. The setting of your stories will be Hanoi, Vietnam, during the COVID-19 pandemic. This setting has its own language, F0, F1, lockdown. It also has things like masks, physical distancing, the infamous mute button that you used in your classes. Along with language comes experiences. You were on campus last year when the rest of the world was online, and then you were online when the rest of the world was on campus. This setting, unique to the class of 2022, will forever connect you to your peers, your teachers, and the community around you here today. This setting also created an environment in which for you to complete your academic program successfully, you've developed resilience, independence, and learned how to manage complexity and ambiguity. You've developed a deep sense of gratitude for fundamental freedom and become more aware of the privileges you have had and how that might differ from others in the world. You will leave here and us after graduation, but you will take this with you, and I know it will serve you well. Today, I encourage you, our graduates, to take a moment to reflect on your own personal story and what you have learned from the unique setting of the past few years. I encourage you to look around you at your families, your teachers, and your friends, and to consider the impact they have had on who you are today and who you will be in the future. Today, we will give you a diploma, but truly understanding what you have learned and what you choose to do with it is up to you. We are proud to have been part of your story. On behalf of the faculty and staff at UNIS Hanoi, I wish you the very best as you leave us. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, Ms. McGee, for your tribute to our class of 2022's uniqueness, resilience, and proud representation of our school's values. Our next speaker today is Mr. Remy Nono Wamdim, joining us to represent the United Nations. Mr. Wamdim is currently serving as representative of the Food and Agriculture Organization in Vietnam. He has worked for the FAO for more than 12 years, with much of his time spent with the Global Plant Production and Protection Division. He has lived and worked in France, Tanzania, Senegal, Cabo Verde, and more recently in Italy. We're delighted he can join us today. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Wamdim.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Speaker. Mrs. Michelle Jean Jones, Chair of the UNIS Board of Directors, Member of the UNIS Board of Directors, Mrs. Jane McGee, Head of UNIS, faculty and staff, students of UNIS, parents, family members, and friends, UNIS graduating class of 2022. I'm honored to be here with you today to deliver remarks on behalf of Ms. Kathleen Visson, the acting resident coordinator of the United Nations in Vietnam, who convey her regrets for not being able to be with you today. What a year it has been. In fact, what difficult 2 years we have gone through. Considering that, it gives me an enormous pleasure to witness and celebrate the graduation of the UNIS Hanoi class of 2022, and to be among the very first to congratulate you on this significant milestone in your lives. Today, we celebrate your tremendous accomplishment during this unprecedented and difficult time in the company of your parents, teachers, friends, and the many others who have contributed to your success. Your journey thus far has been supported by those around you who have encouraged you and brought you to this critical juncture in your lives. Please join me in congratulating and thanking your parents and family members, teachers, friends, and peers present here today to witness your graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, graduating class of 2022, allow me also to congratulate you, the UNIS Hanoi community, on your tremendous accomplishment this year. Each one of the graduates here today has undergone the academically rigorous International Baccalaureate program, which embodies the UN's objectives of protecting human rights, eradicating poverty, ensuring gender equality, combating climate change, and resolving conflicts while ensuring that no one is left behind. Across the world, the 1.8 billion young people are the hope for the progress of humankind and the health of our planet. You are part of this generation of innovators, activists, and voices of progress, which is contributing to the resilience of communities and inspiring change. Representing 22 nations, the 82 of you graduating here today bring a richness and diversity of perspectives, thoughts, and ideas that can help shape a better future for all. You also play an important role in promoting the unity, collaboration, and cooperation between people and nations, which is much needed for us to progress in a post-COVID-19 world, to achieve peace and justice, climate resilience, and sustainable development. It is important to recall once again that UNIS Hanoi is one of the only 2 United Nations international schools in the world, and how privileged you are in that regard. At UNIS, you have had the opportunity to learn about the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which promotes partnerships to end global poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that everyone, everywhere can enjoy peace and prosperity. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals are critical, now more so than ever, as we build forward better from the COVID-19 pandemic into a more resilient world. With the knowledge you gain comes the responsibility of making a difference in society. I'm encouraged by the numerous projects UNIS conducts each year, which contribute to creating a positive and sustainable impact in the community, such as launching the Sustainability Center, which was dedicated to former UN Resident Coordinator, Mr. Kamal Malhotra. Piloting the solar project, building computer literacy capacity for local schools in northern Vietnam, and creating an emergency relief fund to help provide food, shelter, and emergency health care to vulnerable populations in Vietnam. I hope that you, as a global citizen, will continue to carry the UN values that UNIS has inculcated in each of you to build and improve communities in your own ways, wherever you may be. Ladies and gentlemen, graduating class of 2022, today we are confronted with multiple crises in the world, which are reversing the decades of progress made since the UN was founded in 1945. The UN itself is confronted with numerous challenges in its work in the 3 pillars: peace, development, and human rights. And we need to strengthen multilateralism and international solidarity more than ever. We must come together and make right decisions now so that we confront and address the triple planetary crisis head on. There is no time to lose. I suppose that each of you will reflect on how you may be able to fight for the planet that you inhabit and contribute to this post-COVID world. Here is my advice. Think of yourselves as young and energetic agents of change who are being sent out into the world to spread this message, promote unity, and inspire action for a more inclusive, more sustainable world where the core SDGs principle of leaving no one behind becomes a lived reality. I hope you will take with you the fundamental principles and values enshrined in the UN Charter: peace, freedom, human dignity, justice, and respect for human rights, as you venture in the next exciting chapter of your life. Graduating class of 2022, my best wishes for your future endeavors, but beyond your own personal aspirations, my hope for you is that you can find meaning in how you engage with the world. As a young adult and global citizen, embrace the challenges of today and be courageous in overcoming the difficulties that emerge. Be bold in speaking up and speaking out about the world you dream of, and the world that you and future generations deserve. You are the hope for a better future, which is more sustainable, more human, and more resilient. Congratulations once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Wamden, for inspiring our graduates and our community today, celebrating our unique connection to the United Nations. Now, for a musical tribute to our class of 2022 from their younger peers. In what has become a wonderful tradition, our high school musicians will perform their own dedication to this year's seniors. This year, Benjamin Price Thomas, Maiha Bullard, Hyo Wung, Misaki Iseri, and Trang Nguyen will perform Come Alive from The Greatest Showman hit musical.
Stumble through your days, get your head on low, the sky's a shade of gray, zombie in the maze, you're asleep inside, and you can shake awake to just a dead man walking, thinking that's your only option, but you can flip the switch and brighten up your darkest days, so something colors blinded, take the world and redefine it, leave behind your narrow mind. Never be the same. Come alive, come alive. You're light, your light that burns so bright, reaching up to the sky, and it's open wide. You're electrified. The world becomes a fantasy. You're more than you could ever be. And you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. You know we can't go back into the world that we were living in. So dreaming with our eyes wide open. So come alive. See it in your eyes. Believe that lie that you need to hide your face. Afraid to step outside. So you lock the door, but don't you stay that way. No believing there's no shadows. You and me, we know how that goes. 'Cause once you see it all, you'll never ever lose. We'll be the light that's turning, but our love will keep on shining. You can prove for you, cannot be afraid. Come alive, come alive. Moving like you're a light that burns so bright, reaching up to the sky, and it's open wide. You're electrified. The world becomes a fantasy. You're more than you could ever be. So dreaming with your eyes wide open. You know we can't go back into the world that we were living in. So dreaming with our eyes wide open. So come alive. Come on, come on, come in, come on. To anyone who's bursting the dream. Come on, you hear the call. To anyone who's searching for a way to break free. The world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be. 'Cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. You know we can't go back into the world that we were living in. So dreaming with our eyes wide open. The world becomes a fantasy. You're more than you could ever be. So dreaming with your eyes wide open. You know we can't go back into the world that we were living in. So dreaming with our eyes wide open. 'Cause we're dreaming with our eyes wide open. So come alive.
Thank you to our high school musicians for that uplifting and energizing tribute. Next, we will hear from our graduating class themselves. Please welcome our student speakers, Tasga Yaksitik Livit, and Jung-ha Kim, who jumped straight out of IB exams and into speech writing to deliver you this perspective on behalf of their classmates today.
Good afternoon, beloved classmates, parents, teachers, and faculty. My name is Taz.
And I'm Jung-ha.
As you may know, last year's graduation was presented online. Due to the pandemic, family and faculty had to basically celebrate at home. So we're extremely excited and honored to be up here to have the chance to represent this year's class in person.
UNIS Hanoi has never really embraced permanence, even more so than most schools.
And by permanence, we mean consistency, like having the same students roam the halls year to year, the same curriculum year to year, and having the same teachers in the same classrooms.
But that's not UNIS. UNIS is almost like water, fluid, subject to changes in the tide, and ever-flowing. I myself arrived here 4 years ago. My fellow speaker Taz arrived here just last year, and many others have come and gone. That's the nature of most international schools, but there's something very particular that distinguishes our class of 2022.
We've memorized the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals.
SDG 1, no poverty. SDG 2, quality healthcare. And SDG 3, quality.
I think you said healthcare, yeah. I think that one's it, yeah.
Okay, maybe we haven't memorized
We don't have
all of
those,
them.
no, not down.
But our class of 2022 has an even more special superpower, and it's that we can improvise really well. What do we mean by improvising? Well, we can handle any situation that's sprung upon us, whether it's an EE deadline in 2 months or 2 minutes, whether it's a graduation speech that you have to give tomorrow, or I guess now, we're ready.
No, but actually what we're commemorating today is years of adaptation and adoption in an environment where the only change or the only constant is change.
This class has truly overcome a plethora of challenges and confronted strong currents, whether it's on a social, academic, or personal level.
When it comes to friendships, we've learned how to develop them and let them go simultaneously.
UNIS is not what one would call a final destination. In fact, we like to think of UNIS as a multicultural center of sorts. It's a temporary retreat where we stop, absorb, and reflect to then set sail to our next destination.
This is seen through the masses of students that have docked in UNIS's port and sometime later disembarked on their next journey. Every single one of us has had a friend that has left. We've had to learn how to cope and grow with twists and turns in every friendship. Most importantly, we've learned that distance does not entail the end of anything. As Shakespeare once said, absence makes the heart grow fonder. You have the power to decide where you want your connections and relationships to go. For those relationships that have dissipated, it's okay. As we grow, our relationships are bound to change. Some might shift and bring people closer together, while others might slowly fade. But it's up to us. What's important to remember is that the people we surround ourselves with should reflect our moral compasses. They should influence, motivate, and encourage us to be the agents of change that we may want to be.
Academically, we've learned to think critically, protest, and adjust to the circumstances that are in front of us.
For example, asking Ms. Froese for an extension on our global politics engagement activity because of an upcoming English paper in Ms. Louvet's class.
And then right next period, asking Ms. Louvet for an extension on that exact English paper because of a global politics engagement activity from Ms. Froese that recently got extended. But as we further navigate unknown waters, it becomes more up to us to keep ourselves afloat. Our newfound freedoms beyond high school are not so much acute for our impulsiveness, but rather a call to keep ourselves accountable to our ambitions, our goals, and our passions, to be the captains of our soul. Last but not least, on a personal level, we've learned to step out of our comfort zones. We've learned to try out new activities, for instance.
I myself developed both a strong mental and physical fortitude playing left wing on the varsity football team, trying out a new sport at a completely new school.
And I learned similar lessons playing on the basketball team, dribbling down to the water cooler and then back to the bench during games.
Yet, stepping out of our comfort zones hasn't just surrounded our extracurricular activities. It also includes the moments we've been most vulnerable and honest with ourselves. The times we've made serious mistakes, maybe hurt people, and taken responsibility for our actions.
On the flip side, empowering those around us by asking, what can we do for others, and being willing to give without an expectation of compensation.
Elements of our social, personal, and academic priorities often conflict. Balancing them is a struggle within itself. Friendships grow and dwindle, deadlines appear and go, and our personal goals rewrite themselves.
But what stays consistent is our ability to handle the unexpected, our ability to
Improvise. As the class of 22 meets the end of our high school career, we're going to have to set sail into unexplored waters. But we'll have the tools to embrace that change. We'll adapt to being seasick by singing songs from the 2000s, reminiscing about our summer vacations with family, and making closer friends.
And in times of real difficulty, we can always look to our sustainable development goals for real inspiration, all 10 of them.
Wait, Jungha, there's 20.
Right, my bad. I want to close with a few words of wisdom from a man I really admire, maybe a bit too much. He's a senior partner at the New York-based law firm, Pearson Hardman, Harvey Specter. He once said, quote, "Don't get lucky, make your own luck."
And in that same spirit of adaptation and flexibility, we, the class of 2022, will improvise our way through this world.
To be the captains of our soul. Thank you, class of 22, faculty, parents, and my fans. Thank you.
Thank you, Taz and Jungha. It is a difficult task to speak on behalf of 82 unique individuals, but your classmates' faith in you to capture your shared experiences was well merited. Congratulations. And now please welcome Mr. Cody Taggart, the faculty speaker chosen by this year's graduating class.
Good afternoon. Parents and families, you are the launch pad that provides a foundation for our graduates to take off from. Thank you for giving them 18 years of support and love. Distinguished guests and a few alumni, you are proof of concept for what our students here is possible. Thank you for showing them that there is a path to effect change. Faculty and staff, you are the kite strings that connect our students to their dreams. Thank you for inspiring them and encouraging them to take flight. And graduates, you look fantastic. This is your day. You are graduating today. Congratulations. You are each intelligent. You are each creative. And you are all... Wait, what? Fun? You are all full of potential. Thank you for striving to gain understanding and perspective, for seeing and eventually impacting the world in ways that the rest of us here can't even imagine. One day, you will be the teachers that we will rely on, we will be proud of, and we will admire. That being said, you are all... Oh, let's try that again. You are all... Yes, you are fun. Thank you for making me laugh a few times when you probably weren't supposed to, for making me laugh a lot of times when you weren't trying to, and for making me laugh at my own jokes. Graduates, I'm deeply honored that you have selected me to give you literally your last lesson at UNIS. My hope is that the precious truths that I share today will be seared permanently into your brains. But I have practiced this speech a few times, and I've discovered a new way to put myself to sleep. So, later today, at the dinner, I will give you each a cheat sheet to take with you. The final lesson today is about humanity. Humanity, a quick definition. Humanity is the human race, which includes every single person on earth. It also qualifies what makes us human, such as the ability to love and have compassion, be creative, and of course, not be an alien or a robot. Note, it is okay to be weird. This point has been thoroughly proven by all of your teachers. You were supposed to laugh at that joke. It's okay to laugh. I have chosen to title this lesson The 5 Fingers for Humanity. Because, graduates, you're going to need all 5 fingers to give lots and lots of high fives to celebrate your success. Thank you. Graduates, as you step across the bamboo today, you will be more than just a kid, more than just a student. You will pass over that threshold and you will be an adult, one who has the opportunity and the responsibility to uplift humanity and teach people. Now, I know what you probably want to ask. You're like, wait, Mr. Taggart, you're talking a lot about teaching. Do you want us to become school teachers? And yes, that would be lovely if someday I could call you a colleague. But no, I assume that if you, to all of you, will make the mistake of choosing a profession other than teaching. That, and it takes a very, very special individual to master the complex skills and knowledge needed to become an expert teacher. For example, Miss Graham. Thank you. Okay, from a highly flawed data collection, my students believe that teaching consists of these things. Excitingly boring explanations of algebra steps, making important statements like, if you teach a person to fish, they will eat for a lifetime. And of course, caring very deeply about my coffee. Graduates, I would like you to consider a different definition of teaching. One where every interaction you have is an opportunity to teach someone. What you teach is up to you. It could be profound and change the world someday, or it could be incredibly simple, like teaching your college roommate how to solve differential equations. Graduates, before we dive into learning, I want to make one thing extremely clear. This speech does not stem from some arbitrary assessment that you are less than or that you are lacking. I and everyone here knows that you each possess uniquely wonderful qualities that make you amazing. This speech is to remind you of that, so that every day you can go out and be amazing, uplift humanity, and teach people. 5 fingers for humanity. Let's start with the index finger. This finger represents the whole world. We are incredibly lucky to live in Vietnam, which has a wealth of kindness and goodwill. But as you go out into the world, sometimes you'll find it can be divisive and cruel. We humans can be the worst, and we spend way too much time trying to take things away from each other, like freedom, rights, opportunity, food, stability, and love. People are going to mess with you. People are going to give you horrible advice, like if you're a sea slug and you totally stink at everything, at least be colorful. People are going to try to distract you from what's important. People will try to throw you off course. Don't let them. The first thing to learn today is to have your own compass and stick to it. Graduates, imagine where you want to go in life. Now, this is going to seem a little silly, but what I would like you to do is I want you to take your index finger, and as you think about that future, I want you to point where you're going to go. You have to point. You guys point now for the future. Yeah. Think about your future. Now point. There you go. Almost everybody. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Now you have a direction for your compass. You can put your pointers down. Thanks. We heard earlier that when you combine your voices together, you are all good. I'm supposed to say now, you can have tremendous power. That didn't quite have tremendous power. Let's try it one more time. You are all good. When you combine your voices together, you can have tremendous power. But it is easy to be loud. What is hard, as evidenced by the side conversations in my class, is knowing exactly what to talk about. We do know, though, that you guys are graduating with the skills to research what's important to say, find opportunities where your words will have impact, and build a team to help you say it. Your compass should point you to your future and guide your voice so that you're able to be amazing, uplift humanity, and teach people. The thumb is for your community. Graduates, look at all of the people here. We are all members of your community. We want to help you be the best version of yourself. Of course, each community member's tactics and strategies vary. We might not always know the best ways to support you, but we all have the will to support you. And that's the second thing to learn today, is to have the will and find the ways. We believe that you, our graduates, have the will. You have made it to here, graduating today in what I like to call super double extreme ridiculous challenge time. Everyone knows, even in the best of times, high school years can be the most difficult of our lives. And in the most obvious statement ever, the last 2.5 years have been very far from the best of times. Actually, let's double check. Graduates, if you have the will to impact your community in a positive way, please stand up now. Good, now stay there. Actually, let's all take this opportunity. My speech is a little long, I'm sorry. Everybody out there, if you have the will to impact your community in a positive way, please stand up now. Good, and feel free to stretch. Do a stretch or two. Stretch, stretch. You got a moment? Okay, stretch. Very good. You guys aren't, I'm embarrassing myself now. Okay, sit down, thank you. As long as you have the will, it's okay not to know the ways yet. You, our graduates, will find the ways. We know you will investigate, identify issues, plan, attempt, go back to the drawing board, modify, adjust, develop workarounds, be nimble, and problem solve. Graduates, you have the will, and we know you will find the ways to be amazing, uplift humanity, and teach people. This finger is for work. Because eventually, your job will be a big part of your life. Graduates, it's time to think like a nerd with me. Yes, it's time for math. Math is, oh, that's a little disappointing. Okay, fine. Think this, each person you encounter, especially at work, is their own equation. Each person is doing their best with the knowledge they have, the skills they know, and the variables that they are dealing with. Maybe one of their variables is that they're secretly terrified of spreadsheets. Maybe their company's corporate policy is racist. Maybe one of the variables is labeled BS, for baby sleep, which all of your parents at one point in their lives had to deal with. The third thing to learn today is to erase judgment. Judgment happens when we don't take into account all of those possible variables. Judgment limits our ability to be kind, to take an opportunity to help. If you teach a person to fish, you have taken some of your human capital and without judgment invested in the success of someone else. Be the person that adds that key variable, the variable of having someone who tries to be amazing, uplift humanity, and teach people. This finger is for your family. Graduates, tomorrow you're going to be free from school and you're going to have a bunch of time. I recommend spending 1 hour of it investing in the happiness of someone else. The fourth thing to learn today is to care for your family. Graduates, please close your eyes. Visualize the face of a family member. Take a moment and in your mind, not out loud, ask yourself, if I had an hour, how would that person want to spend it with me? Play cards, take a walk together, have a meaningful conversation, maybe about the significant other. Graduates, how could you use that hour to care for that person's well-being, their heart, and their soul? Graduates, open your eyes. Tomorrow, put your phone in a drawer. Give that person your undivided attention, be amazing, and uplift them. This little pinky is for you, our graduates. I have a secret to tell you. It is all about you. Just maybe not in the way that you think. It's not about getting 1 million views. It's not about a bunch of people saying that was a great speech. It's not, the saying is not all for one and period. The saying is all for one and one for all. The second part is the important part. It is all about you. It's about how you impact everyone else, how you uplift humanity, one for all. Someday, I hope that you have the opportunity to change the world. But first, you have to be able to change yourself. Because today, you become an adult in title, but maybe not yet in ability. The lucky thing is, it's incredibly easy to change yourself. All it takes is a decision and a bit of practice. Allow me a quick personal story. Remember when I said high school was double ridiculous challenge time? It was for me too. I was shy and anxious and awkward in all of my conversations. Me. Hi. Hey, Cody, how's it going? Yes, I know what you're thinking, but Mr. Taggart, you're so unbelievably handsome and charming. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Then one day, but back then I was terribly socially inept. Then one day I made a decision. I was listening to orientation in the University Theater and I realized nobody knew me. I was an unknown quantity. I could be whomever I wanted to be. So I decided to change. I made a decision. I gave myself a simple rule. Ask 2 questions. Meet someone. Ask them 2 questions. Join a group discussion. Ask them 2 questions. Go on a date. Ask them 2 questions. And of course, use my flirty eyes. Why are you laughing? It worked, Miss Graham. 1 question to start a conversation and 1 to learn more. My point is not to ask 2 questions. My point is that you can change just like I did. At first, I was not ready to uplift humanity and teach people, and I am definitely still learning how to do that. At first, I was just trying to connect, and maybe that's where this all starts, is just by making 1 small connection and listening. The last thing to learn today is to listen. When giving speeches, as I do every day in class, I have learned that I should stop talking before the graduates stop listening. Graduates, 2 questions. How are we doing? Good. Okay, this speech wasn't just ear candy. Have you remembered everything that I've said? Oh, okay. Thank you for being honest. I appreciate that. Very nice of you. Let's do this. Okay? Graduates, please repeat after me. I promise to follow my own compass. Good, that sounds good. I promise to have the will and to find the ways. I promise to erase judgment and invest in others' success. I promise to care for my family. I promise to listen, to uplift humanity, and to teach people. Good. Now, parents, it's only fair that you make some promises as well, so that these new adults, as they go out into the world, know that you are there to support them, because life is a bumpy road. Parents, I know it's been a while since you've been in school, and I know that for some of you, English is not your first language. So please do your best and repeat after me. I promise, when you move away, to not call before 10 a.m. Good. I promise to send you extra money every week. I promise to accept that you'll be smarter than me someday. I promise that no matter what happens, I will always support and love you. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. Graduates, this is your absolute final assignment. Make eye contact with someone here who has taught you something. A family member, a teacher, or a friend. That person, that connection, knows that you have uplifted them, that you have taught them as well. You already have the power to uplift humanity and teach people. So go out into the world and be amazing. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Mr. Taggart, for inspiring lessons to our graduates on the commencement of a new journey, for reminding them that they are capable, and mostly for your sense of humor. And now, we are almost at the moment that we have all been waiting for 15 years, the awarding of your high school diplomas. First, a few wise words from our secondary principal, Dr. Lepard.
Just a little more anticipation before that big moment. Parents, colleagues, esteemed board members, and distinguished guests. First, I would like to thank all of the parents for the privilege of working with these fine young people. Thank you for entrusting us to ensure an academically excellent education supported by strong values. To the class of 2022 beside me, thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. You are a class like no other, and I am proud of you all in so many ways. And the last year has been a challenge. Taylor Swift captured it well with her lyrics, "It's miserable and magical, oh yeah." Reviewing your chosen next steps, I'm impressed with the diversity of the class of 2022. Your interests from health sciences to computer science, from business management to neurobiology, from fashion design to film, from economics to psychology. And you've chosen to matriculate to diverse countries for your further studies, heading to Europe, to North America, to East Asia, and the Antipodes. You leave UNIS well prepared for the challenges and rewards that lie ahead. And perhaps as one of our strongest, most independent classes, because of the nature of the last 2 years, at least if that's reflected in our attendance December and January. You have risen to the occasion and you have conquered challenges, and we're very proud of you. But today is a time to look forward, to anticipate your future. The last few years have, at times, been anxiety-evoking. I invite you to reframe any anxiety you might be feeling now as you prepare for this next stage in your life as excitement. Take a deep breath. This next step is opportunity, and you are ready. And as you pursue these opportunities, I'm going to invite you to keep 3 things in mind. Clearly, Mr. Taggart one-upped me with the 5, but we'll go with 3. First, that old people, even really old people, when interviewed at the end of their lives, never regret the things they did, only the things they didn't do. So I want you to be courageous, to try new things, to take reasonable risks, and do things that make you uncomfortable. And I'm completely confident that you, as a group, are wonderfully prepared to make good decisions and to profit even from the failures that we all inevitably encounter. Second, I'd like to suggest that you embrace this opportunity to pursue what you really want to do. Be the author of your own goals. Be authentic. Inauthentic projects are those that people choose because they're what they feel ought to be done, or because they're what everyone else is doing. Reject the tyranny of the shoulds. Choose you. I want you to author your own definition of success and combine 2 of our school values, integrity and courage, and do what makes your hearts sing. Lastly, I recall thinking that you, the class of 2022, are kind and good. The world needs more kindness, the ability to understand various perspectives, and to bring harmony where discord is rife. In a more personal level, to quote Kurt Vonnegut, I advise you not to be reckless with other people's hearts and not to put up with people who are reckless with yours. Just let your life be infused with kindness. Class of 2022, you have the languages, the experiences, and the ability to make the world a better place in whatever corner you inhabit, large or small. Do so. And a big part of being kind is remembering to express gratitude. Yes, you've worked hard, and you've had the support of some amazing teachers, amazing friends, and of course, your parents, who allow this afternoon to be possible. And I know that today you'll take a chance to express the gratitude you feel for all of these very special people who care for you so very deeply. Seniors, thank you for making us all at UNIS so proud of your accomplishments. Because I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Congrats. I am now pleased to invite our head of school, Ms. Jane McGee, and the chair of our board of directors, Michelle Ding-Jones, to join the home base mentors on stage for the awarding of the diplomas. I invite the first of our grade 12 mentors, Mr. Cannell and Mr. Joseph Christie, to come forward.
Would home bases 12.7 and 12.8 please rise? Ji Woo Jong. Ji Woo is considering his options and will make a decision about universities in the near future. Yun Woo Jong. Young-woo plans to study fashion design in South Korea. Isabel Dayon Lee. Isabel will be attending university in the UK to study pharmacy. Sa Yon Lee. Sa Yon plans to study economics in the UK or South Korea. Kanade Miura. Kanade is going to study food technology and science in the Netherlands. Nathan Nguyen. Nathan plans to study in Australia. Lucienne Schmidt. Lucy plans to take a gap year before attending university in the Netherlands. Victoria Chun. Victoria is going to study business entrepreneurship in the US. Za Kang Bo. Za Kang will be attending university in the UK to study business management. I will now ask Mr. Christie to step forward to present his home base.
Yu-Min Choi. Yu-Min plans to study engineering at a university in Korea. Jimin Lee. Jimin will be attending university in Korea to study biology. Natando Larato Lejoro. Natando is considering her options and will make a decision in the near future. Tazkai Yaksatig Levitt. Taz plans to take a gap year and get some work experience in the development sector in Peru. Ian Rudon Moore. Ian plans to attend university in Canada to study computer science. Annabelle Neal. Annabelle plans to study media communications and culture in the UK. Kwanong Nguyen. Kwanong plans to study industrial product design in the US. Tranong To. Tranong is considering his options and will make a decision in the near future. Isabel Yenvi Zaring. Isabel will be attending college in the United States. Danila Zuyev. Danila is considering his options and will make a decision in the near future. Home bases 12.7 and 12.8, please be seated. May I please have Ms. Mai, Ms. Lei, and Mr. Fairburn come to the stage.
Home base 1201 and 1202, please rise. Tammy Lizette Bullard. Didi plans to attend university in Australia to study health sciences.
Frederick Hans Eneder. Frederick is considering his options and will make a decision in the near future.
Yui Hanada. Yui is planning to study in Japan.
Han Myo Yang. Eileen is considering her options and will make a decision in the near future.
Dylan Chungju Kim. Dylan will be attending university in the United States to study computer science.
Ayami Masumura. Ayami plans to study neurobiology in the US.
Nguyễn Đỗ Đức Lâm. Lâm plans to study business management in the UK.
Hisu Park. Hisu plans to continue her study in Korea.
Alexandra Katarina Afrik Sluka. Alexandra will be attending university in Canada, planning on majoring in psychology.
Vũ Quang Minh. Minh plans to study business management in either Vietnam or Canada. May I introduce Mr. Fabian from Home Base 12.2.
Ha-eun Kim. Avery plans to study in South Korea. Lei Vuan Hung. Hung plans to attend university in the United States to pursue his dream of becoming a corporate lawyer. Samuel Ian McAleese. Samuel is considering his options and will make a decision in the near future. Mi Ling Nyong. Ling will be attending university in the US to study educational psychology. Hami Nguyen. Hami will be staying in Vietnam and considering her options. Nguyen Hyung Long. Long plans to study medicine in Australia. Nguyen Mi Nhong. Mi will be attending university in the Netherlands to study business analytics. Nguyen Tien Tang. Tang plans to study in Australia or New Zealand. Ye Kang Shin. Christine plans to study international relations. Yumi Shin. Yumi plans to study biology or chemistry in Korea. Ming van der Wielen. Ming will be attending university in the Netherlands to study economics. Can 12-1 and 12-2 please be seated? Can I please have Miss Austin and Miss Louvet to come to the stage?
Will 12.3 and 12.4 please be standing? Dominic Emmerich. Dominic will attend university in Netherlands to study psychology. Luca Allen Banek. Luca is considering his options and will make a decision in the near future. Mary Grace Corinne Bishop. Mary Grace will be attending university in the United States to study biology. Huang Nyat V. V will be attending university in the US to study media, culture, and communication. Hamin Jung. Hamin is planning to study film in Korea. Wu Cheng Jung. Wu Cheng is considering his options and will make a decision in the near future. Nguyen Trung An. An is planning to study business in Singapore. Nguyen Cat Tien. Cat Tien will be attending university in the United States to study psychology. Nguyen Dung Hui. Hui will continue to pursue further education in Australia. Vu Huang Bing. Bing plans to study economics and government in the US. And now invite Miss Austin.
Dang Pham Linh Van. Pham Linh Van plans to study political science in the US. Junha Huang. Junha plans to study electrical engineering in South Korea. Gyu-in Kim. Gyu-in will be studying chemical and biological engineering in Korea. Jung-ha Kim. Jung-ha plans to study philosophy, politics, and economics in the United States. Jung-yoon Kim. Jung-yoon plans to attend university in Korea. Benjamin Min Quang Nags. Benjamin plans to attend university to study film in the UK. Hang V. Lei. Hang V will be attending university in Canada to study economics. Fung Hu Phuc. Phuc is considering his options and will make a decision in the near future. Shaknaz Sharafova. Shaknaz plans to study illustration in New York. Tran Can Lin. Kitty will be attending university in London and then Boston to study economics and media. Basile Simone Villa. Basile is going to go to the Netherlands for graphic design. 12-3 and 12-4, please be seated. Can I please have Ms. Hordenchuk and Mr. Fleming please come forward?
Can home base 12.5 and 12.6 please stand up? Giulio Abbiati. Giulio is considering his options and will make a decision in the near future. Jaewon Choi. Jenny will study biochemistry in Korea. Danthula Pramod Pritika Kumar. Pritika plans to study medicine in Singapore or Europe. Miyuki Ishige. Miyuki is considering her options and will make a decision in the near future. Eva Lequatoire Lafleur. Eva will be attending university in Canada to study political science. Ken Nakatomi. Ken plans to study in Japan. Mayan Nguyen. Mayan plans to study health science in Australia. Ming Nguyen. Ming will study computer science in the United States. Donghoon Shin. Donghoon plans to study in Singapore. Victoria Aika de Castillo Uehara. Victoria will be attending University of Milan, Italy to study fashion business, digital communication, and media. I will now ask Ms. Hordenchuk to present her home base.
Sujash Barman. Sujash will be attending university in the United States to study computer science. Daniela Blanca Chavez Flowers. Danny will be going to Australia or New Zealand to study physical therapy. Audrey Lynn Hansen. Audrey will be attending university in Canada to study biology. Bridget Kim. Bridget will be attending university in South Korea to study biochemistry. Sohyun Sophie Kim. Sophie is planning to attend university in South Korea. Travis Ki-hun Lee. Travis will continue his education at university in the United States to study finance and communications. Eddie Lee. Eddie will continue his education in the United States to study economics. Nguyen Ngoc Diep. Ngoc Diep will be attending university in New York to study economics. Nguyen Nhat Minh. Minh will be attending university in the United Kingdom to study political economy. Francesco Luis Rafael Silva. Francesco will be attending university in France to study political sciences. Sukyung Sky Yum. Sky is planning to study engineering in South Korea. Home base 1205 and 1206, please be seated.
Ms. Jane McGee, Ms. Michelle Ding Jones, and the UNIS Hanoi Board of Directors. I do hereby certify that the students of the class of 2022 have successfully completed all of the requirements of the UNIS curricular program and are now holders of the UNIS High School Diploma, officially recognizing their completion of high school. A round of applause for the class of 2022.
Congratulations, class of 2022. And now to underline the awarding of the diplomas and the moment you have all really been waiting for, a rite of passage for all UNIS graduates.
An annual tradition here at UNIS Hanoi is for all our graduates to perform Mua Sac, the Vietnamese bamboo dance. Please welcome to the stage our grade 11 colleagues, Cho Nguyen, Chang Nguyen, Khai Pham, Linh To, Huê Nguyen, Tu Ngo, and Hung Vu. Thank you to the Bamboo Dance Team. And now, to close today's celebrations, Dr. Lepard will invite the graduates to rise, to prepare to throw their caps, followed by their celebratory recessional.
Following the recessional, parents, faculty, and guests, please join our class of 2022 outside for our graduation reception, where you will find a gift, a special gift for each individual prepared. Thank you for joining us today, and a final word from Kim and myself.
Congratulations, class of 2022!
Class of 2022, please rise one more time. Awesome. It is with great pride and pleasure that I present the graduates of the class of 2022. Too many twos for me. On the count of 3, graduates, prepare to throw your caps before the recessional music will begin, and we can proceed to the reception. On 1, on 2, on 3.